Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well this fine September 16th of 2025. Just me and Jeff tonight, your ultimate co-hosts. Was that supposed to be a gong, Jeff? Were you gonging me? Or
no, I was turning. Did you hear that?
Yes, we did.
No, I was turning up the volume because normally. So here's the thing. Mark is very loud. And so me and him were on a minute ago talking about getting ready for this before we came on live. And I'll be honest, I turned you down just a little bit.
Okay.
But now you've got the normal voice going on, and so I put it back up because I need to hear you a little better.
I'm just excited to see you, and that's why I get loud. That's the only reason.
You know, we were together like 2 hours ago.
I know, but that was a long time for me.
It's a long time. I get it. Think about my poor wife when she goes like 20, 30 hours without me. How does she survive?
I don't know. I don't understand it. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We do these every week so that you can ask questions about living here in South Carolina. And we have a specific focus on Summerville and Charleston, but we cover the entire state and we have networks across the entire country. So if you are just kind of tuning in to listen, but you're really focused in on buying some real estate in somewhere else, we can definitely get you hooked up with somebody. We just helped somebody find a great agent in North Carolina, and they are going to be visiting a Del Webb there. So we got you covered no matter where. Tonight, we're going to talk about all kinds of things in the world and, real estate here, specifically in Summerville and Charleston. Had a few people in town this week, Jeff. Actually, I think someone pulled the trigger today in Carnes Horizons.
Oh,
so
good.
Super stoked for them that we kind of showed around yesterday. And they said, you know what, before I go back, I want to go ahead and get this done so I have a place to live. So,
do it, baby.
Yes.
Listen around.
Love it. And I know you haven't had to do like a whole bunch of negotiating recently, but I did see on Facebook that you did some personal negotiation, maybe with T-Mobile or something like that.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
We had
what were you doing?
Had a little run-in. So I moved my business. Okay. So Verizon, I was with Verizon for 25 years probably. And Verizon in Cane Bay isn't great. Right. And so I had to switch away because we do so much work over in Cane Bay. I couldn't take a call. So I switched over to T-Mobile, and it's been really good service for me for 2 years. The problem is that when I signed on, I brought my business account over with me, and they told me they would give me 5 $200 Visa gift cards, and they never did. 2+ years ago. And so I emailed and I texted and I talked and I went in the store. And at the end of the day, they finally said, yeah, there's nothing we can do for you. And so Saturday night, date night with Andrea I finally had it. I had my daughter Reagan make me the sign, and I went up and protested at the T-Mobile store where I bought my phones and my service, and really just had fun. was out there talking to people. They tried to, tell me I couldn't be there. I said, well, I'm not leaving. So, we'll do what you got to do. But the good news is through some negotiating skills on Monday and today, even, I have negotiated a ceasefire with T-Mobile.
Okay.
And I am happy. I got more than I was asking for. And I'm back on being a happy T-Mobile customer.
So my understanding is that you were here at the store. You couldn't get the store manager to respond to you. You show up here, and by golly, the store manager calls you, first of all. Second of all, you called customer service today and got some stuff there. And you got a call back from the promotions department saying, oh, my God, Jeffrey, I'm so sorry.
This
so like
all happened.
Doing this, you made the world call you, basically.
Yes. Isn't it amazing how after 6 weeks of no calls, I show up and protest in front of the store with my beautiful sign that my lovely daughter made. And while I was standing there in front of the store, the phone rang, and it was the manager saying that he would have me trespassed if I talked to his clients. I'm like, how about it, buddy?
Well, I do have to say good on them, though, for getting it resolved. At least it's resolved now. And that's all you were looking for. You're going to stay with T-Mobile. And
I am.
Yeah.
I've been happy with the service. It's had good coverage. I have you have a little better signal with AT&T than I do whenever we go up to Myrtle.
Yeah.
In that little no man's land between here and what's Stinky Town called? Georgetown? Yeah. Well, they have a paper mill there. That's why I call it Stinky Town. But actually the paper mill closed. It's not stinky anymore. Now it's just lovely. And so you have a little better coverage there, but otherwise I've been super happy with T-Mobile in this market.
Isn't it a steel mill there? The paper mill's here and steel mill's up there, right? Or am I wrong?
No, it was they might have a steel mill there, but there was a paper mill in Georgetown also, because that's what made it stinky.
Okay. Let's hit the comments here. So good job on that, by the way. I'm proud of you. And that's how hard you'll work for our clients too, right? Like,
yeah. So I put that on Facebook, and my wife said something like, "If you don't use Jeff to negotiate your home, you're insane." Look at this, something like that.
Ken's on from Del Webb. Next in, enjoying this incredible weather. Yes, Ken, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've got the weather again for the upcoming 10 days or so. So let me share that real quick. So 85, 87, 88, 87, 83, 83, 83, 87, 84, 87, 88 is the highest all the way through the end of the month.
And look, like no rain for like a week plus.
Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's good weather there.
Yeah. Now we do have a couple things to watch out here in the Atlantic. I pulled this morning. There's a new area within the yellow that's only 20% possibility of development, but this red area is a 90% development. And I was like, oh, well, 90% is pretty strong. But I don't know if you saw last week, they had a 90%. And then the next day it's like, yep, it's not happening.
Yeah,
it's not even going to develop. Yeah. So we have no idea what's coming here. Now, I put these tracks, these ensembles in down below, because as you can see, most of them have it going out to sea and curving out anyways. So even if it becomes something, I feel like we're good to go for right now.
It's been a good year. Hold on. Find the wood.
Yeah.
And I think I just read something like we've had the least percentage chance of something coming, or the least named storms, or something like that for this time of the year this year. It's been a good year.
Since 1909, it said.
Oh.
Yeah. But because right now would normally be the peak of hurricane season. And with nothing in the Atlantic up through this morning or yesterday, it's been that's the first time since 1909 that's happened.
The problem with hurricane season for me is my one daughter got seasick on a cruise one time. And so now she is terrified to ever go on a cruise during hurricane season.
How lucky are you?
Yeah. Well,
now
that's right. Yeah.
Any kids.
I go by myself, just me and Andrea.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How lucky?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We're actually doing that next month.
And you got a babysitter, so you don't even have to,
cousin Kylie is coming over to stay with the girls.
Yeah, that's great.
And there'll be a little bit more rules this time when I leave, because last time I gave Kylie or the girls their credit cards. The girls have credit cards, and I give them to them when they need them. And I just basically, stupid me, said, here, go have a good weekend while Mommy and I are on the cruise. Well, they had a heck of a good time. They were like Starbucks and then going to pickleball and then Duck Donuts and let's go to this restaurant. And it was, I think they spent more here in Summerville than I did on the cruise.
On the cruise?
Yeah. And so I think we're going to set up some guidelines this time of, okay, let's, here's $100 a day or something.
Yeah.
Do what you want with it.
Barb's on from Connecticut. I think I saw Barb booked a call with us. We'll be talking to her soon. So I'm excited to see that, Barb. Loretta's on from Pocono Lake, Pennsylvania. She already said she doesn't do that stuff.
I do it. I don't care what she does. I do it. I can't help myself. You cannot say Pocono without me not doing that. I can't help it.
Okay. Judy and Dan on, checking in from tropical Chesterfield, Michigan, because it's 82 there. Hope all is well. Doing great, buddy. It's going great for me, not so much for my wife. She is sick with COVID, and she's watching right now from her bedroom with tissues and everything else. I've been trying to stay away so I don't catch.
Mark is banished to the office.
Yeah, I've been sleeping right here on the floor.
There's a mattress on the floor behind you. That's amazing.
Good to see Judy and Dan. Hope everything's well with you guys too. Carrie Mathis is on. I need a good auto home insurance agent recommend in the area, please. Moving to town this weekend from Cincinnati. Awesome. So Absolute Insurance is who Jeff and I both use for our home and our auto. They are a broker, so they'll go out and shop, 5, 6, 7 different companies and try to get you the best deal. That's why we like to use them. Plus, they have really good service. They have always taken care of us and our clients. Yep. So definitely check in with her.
Yeah, it's I change insurance companies about every 2 to 3 years on their recommendation. They price it every year, but every 3 years I change. I personally don't care what the insurance company is. They happen to have me mostly with AAA right now.
Yeah,
because that was the best deal this year. As long as it's an A-rated carrier that I know can pay the bills if there's a problem, that's what I care about.
Yeah. So Carrie, too, if you go to our website, charlestonaryliving.com, and then you click this more button down, and then go to our preferred professionals, click that business network. Any contractor you need, our insurance person is on there. So you'll be able to get whatever you need right from that preferred professionals list.
If you can't find it, info@charlestonarealiving.com. We'll send it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Heidi and Wes are on from Connecticut. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. That's 2 Connecticut's tonight, right?
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of clients move here from Connecticut in the last year.
Yeah. Amazing how you have to jump through hoops just to get people to do the job they're paid to do, referring to your team.
Yeah, MGD. I was a little grumpy about this. When I went in and talked to the store manager about 2 months ago, I just kind of let him know that I said, listen, I'm not going to back down. I will not quit this. It's number one, it's $1,000. $1,000 is $1,000. And number 2 is just the principle of it now. And I'm going to need that $1,000 now, Mark. I had a great loss in the family tonight.
In the family? What do you mean?
Yeah. One of the things I love the most in life, my recliner finally died.
Oh, no.
Yep. I pulled the little sidearm thing and nothing happened. It broke. And it's 10 years old. And so I'm disheartened. I'm saddened. This is my favorite place to be, in my chair beside Andrea after a long day, watching a movie with wifey, and the snuggle, the chair that hugs me as I sit in it and elevates my feet is no more. So I don't know if I can work tomorrow. I might have to be out. I already looked at Holy manoli, as Mark Klim would say. Do you know what a recliner at Lazy Boy that has the button that you push that goes up by itself, a big leather thing, costs?
Probably 3 times what you got from T-Mobile.
You're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Starting point is like $2,200, I think.
Yeah. Crazy. All right. Loretta says, what % of the closing that you have with your clients result in no closing costs paid out by the buyer and covered by the builder?
What percent? I would say 20% for no closing costs. Here's the range of what we see. We see at minimum $5,000 in closing cost coverage to an occasional maximum of 3% of the price of the house. That's the range, with the 500 to 1,500 being, I would say, the average. For instance, Del Webb is right now, Pulte is doing 2% if you use their mortgage company. So a $600,000 house, that's $12,000 in closing costs, and you have to use their lender to get that.
And how much is closing costs overall? So if it's $12,000 they're giving you, how much is the buyer going to have to put up?
2 to 3% if you're doing a mortgage, I would say. And remember, there's a lot of stuff built into closing costs. The closing costs you got to bring to the table include often your homeowner's insurance for the full first year. You have to start building that escrow account. HOA, taxes, closing cost, attorney fees, deed searches, titles, appraisals, all that stuff can be built into that closing cost. Cash is obviously cheaper at about 1% or less for a cash deal, but up to a couple 3% if you're doing a mortgage as a general rule of thumb.
So that house might be $18,000. They're covering maybe $12,000. So somebody's putting out maybe $6,000 on a mortgage.
Yeah, if you had $18,000, which is on the high end, you'd get 12 of that covered. But there's some where you're actually left over with money that you could use towards. So some builders, like right now, Mark, who was it that I just did the video for by myself that was given $25,000 in flex money?
Hunter Quinn.
So Hunter Quinn has $25,000 towards closing costs with the purchase of one of their spec homes right now. So that's way more than you need for closing costs. So you could use some of that to buy down the rate also.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Hopefully, Loretta, that answers your question. Let us know if we need to address it a different way. Rose and Joe are on from soon to be Horizons.
I don't know how you remember all these things right off the top of your head.
I think it's next month, if I remember correctly. Heidi says, I'm a Verizon customer. Will Verizon work at either Horizons? Still can't decide. I think it will work at both Horizons, right? Verizon will work at both Horizons.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
Now, remember, when you get home, you're good because you just do your little Wi-Fi calling thing and it hits your Wi-Fi at your house.
Yeah.
I've got one little dead spot in Carnes here. I feel like for everybody, but it's like one block. I don't usually drop the call, but I normally have to say, wait a second, I'll be right back. And I think Verizon might have that same spot here in Carnes, but for the most part, I think you're fine.
Okay. Good. It's Val. Val was here today.
Oh, hey, Val.
You missed her, Jeff.
I did.
You were out over at a closing for a long time.
I was at a closing. Yeah, this closing we did today, it was an hour and 40 minutes. We had 2 buyers, and one of them was doing power of attorney for the other buyer. So she had to sign everything twice. And so her poor hand was all crippled up by the end of the thing. She signed a lot of papers. And it's not even like she'd have to sign her name, power of attorney for blah, blah, blah. It was a lot of writing.
Yeah. So Val and her husband, Paul, came in. And Paul comes in, and I knew right away. I had forgotten for a minute that they were from Massachusetts. But Paul comes in and is like, "Hey, Mark, How you doing? He had the Boston, Massachusetts accent.
Just murdering his R's.
Mark, how are you? It was great. I loved it. It was like I almost missed home for a minute, but no.
So maybe we should say what the Del Webb experience is for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So Del Webb, and they're the only one that has this. You can go stay if you're a serious buyer. You can stay at Del Webb for $349 for 3 nights. It goes Monday to Thursday or Friday to Monday. Those are the only 2 check-in days, Mondays and Fridays. And they, you get the use of the clubhouse and the pools and the pickleball and the amenities, and they'll send you out to dinner with one of the people there in the neighborhood. They call them the Del Webb Experience something or others. Hey, Valerie, if you go to Oscars, they do go to Oscars quite a bit for dinner.
She's going there tomorrow, I think.
To Oscars? Seafood burrito. Good stuff. And so you get to experience it. You get a whole house. You got one of their houses. They got a mainstay and a, Mark, help me out.
Mystique.
The Mystique. The mainstay and the Mystique, that you can stay in one of those. They do have multiple bedrooms, 2 bedrooms in them. So if you end up having a couple people come down to want to check it out, you can do that. And it's just a great way to experience the neighborhood.
Love it. Love it. Okay, I think we answered everything there. Okay, here we go. Mike and Tracy drinking adult beverages out on the screen porch from Tidewater. Checking in from tropical Tidewater, he's saying. And here's the wife, Tracy, saying, loving South Carolina. I love it. I love to see you guys loving this community.
Mark, should we have them looking out their screen across the lake?
Yeah. I can see them from here.
No, I mean, should they be looking out there across the lake from their house at Tidewater?
Oh, yeah. So we had a little accident yesterday, right? It was yesterday?
It was yesterday.
It seems so long ago. Somebody came up and said hello to us while I was flying drone. Well, now the pine trees have the drone.
So if you live in Tidewater or over across the street in Summerville, if you could be looking towards the trees over by the pool and look for a drone to fall out of the trees, we would very much like to have that back.
Yes, we would.
Especially because it has an SD card on it with like 10 hours of work that we've done.
Yes.
Video.
Yes. Barb said, yes, Zoom next week. Awesome. Can't wait. Sharon was crying because she's sick.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. Talisha says, how does it go? I don't know what that was in reference to.
Who knows? I think she's just in her own world sometimes.
Vic is on from New York. We'll be down to start our Del Webb experience on Monday.
Nice.
Vic, have you called us, Vic? I don't recognize that name, Jeff. Do you recognize that name?
The last name looks familiar.
Okay. Maybe I
think so. I don't know. Look at the calendar. If you haven't called us, hey, listen, it's not too late. If you haven't called us, call us. If we've already talked, I apologize.
Yeah. Carrie said, thank you for the insurance. You're welcome. Michael D. from Cumming, Georgia. What percentage of the 55 plus population are snowbirds?
Not as many as you would think.
Yeah, I bet you it's less than 10%.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. This isn't that market. I think some of them start that way and then they say, screw it, I'm done. I'm just going down full time.
Yeah.
Florida has been more of the snowbird market. And I feel like Florida is somewhat more of the snowbird market because it's got way more rentals available for that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go rent a place on the water for 4 or 6 months, Florida has way more opportunities than Charleston does.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And here's the other reason why South Carolina isn't a great state to be a snowbird at to own is because if this is not your primary residence, you pay triple the taxes on the house. So a home in Carnes that is $2,200 a year in taxes. If it's not your primary residence, your tax bill on that one is going to be closer to $7,000 a year. So it is to your benefit if you can make this your primary residence and then have your secondary home be up north if you're coming from north or Georgia, for instance.
Yeah. I know our pastor's mom and dad, they come from Michigan and they rent in Del Webb, Cane Bay. So I know there's some rentals out there that are snowbird rentals.
Yeah.
But not a whole lot.
Not a lot. There's occasionally one.
Yeah. Yeah. Tracy says you guys should have Mike Turco call T-Mobile for you. He will get you exactly what you need.
They took care of it. They're good. Me and T-Mobile are buddies again.
Jeff, you need a very sturdy Michigan-built lazy boy.
I think that's where I'm going. I'm going to be helping to support your economy up there. I'm going to Lazy Boy here this week. I didn't know they were built in Michigan, but I'm going to be testing them out.
I thought he was offering to build one for you.
Well, hey, listen.
I missed that point.
That'd be good too.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get the power one though. It would be cool to push a button, but they're like $1,000, $1,500 more than the regular ones.
Okay. Oscars was good. Yeah, we like Oscars. Well, we both like Oscars.
We had lunch there a lot of times because we were part of that group. There's a group in Summerville where the top, I don't know, whatever percent of realtors get together once a month for lunch. And it was always at Oscars. We quit that about 2 years ago because we were just so busy we couldn't keep one lunch a month to go there. But it was nice to get together with everybody.
Yeah. Talisha says ambassadors.
Thank you. That's the word. The Del Webb ambassadors.
Vicky Lori said, yes, we've been down. We're working with Dwayne. Okay, awesome. Number one realtor, Dwayne.
I knew the last name for some. Yeah.
I obviously just didn't put it together. Usually I'm pretty good at that.
Usually it's the other way around. It's you that's forgetting stuff. And hey, if you need any dirt on Dwayne, just let us know. We're happy to share stories.
I hear in TV, population and all things people related doubles in snowbird seasons. Do we sign up for the Del Webb experience through you?
I think that number's wrong. The doubling in snowbird season, that is not this market. In Florida, for sure.
Maybe Myrtle Beach, Jeff.
Well, Myrtle Beach is possible too.
Yeah.
There are some good long-term snowbird rentals there in Myrtle Beach. I was hoping to get one. We used to have a condo up there at Myrtle Beach. The family did, and I was hoping to get some snowbirds in there and have that thing run it out for 3-4 months. But we had a 3-bedroom, and nobody needs a 3-bedroom for snowbirds.
Yeah.
But to answer your other question, yes, you do book it through us. We put you in contact with the right people over there, get a list of dates from you that make sense, and we take care of it.
That email right there, the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
he can email info@Charleston area right there.
Do what Mark said.
Right there.
Yeah, see, you were pointing that way, and it was over that way.
Oh well, maybe it's different.
I'm following it right now. Is it matching up?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so we shouldn't do that again. We're like right there. Meanwhile, there's nothing up there.
Yeah, we'd love to help you get signed up for that. Carrie says, good Bible-based Christian church. So we've got two. We go to two different ones, but you got thousands.
Baby. Jesus live up in the South. Trust me.
Yeah, Jeff goes to Seacoast Church. That's a great Bible-based church. And then I go right around the corner from Cane Bay here. Right now it's Providence Wesleyan Church, but we're combining with 12 Stone Church from Atlanta. And we're going to be the first 12 Stone campus outside of Georgia for them. So they have like 9 campuses right now, and we're going to be number 10 in the first out-of-state one. So pretty exciting.
Carrie, if you tell us what it is you're looking for as far as like kids ministry, youth groups, the types of music, all that kind of stuff, Mark and I will be able to give you a list of 3 places to go check out.
Yeah. Lazy Boy Eagles World headquarters in Monroe, Michigan. See, you learn something every night on this thing. Every night. I'm
going to act like I know what I'm talking about when I go in the store down in North Charleston this week.
There you go. Maybe they'll give you a discount.
Because I know where they're from. Yeah, maybe.
You should probably bring Mike with you to get that discount.
Yeah, Mike said I got 20% off.
Ken says, I have a power recliner from Lazy Boy. It is worth it, Jeff.
Hold on. Wait a second. I can take a picture of that so I can show that to Andrea.
All right. I thought you were checking your bank account to see if that was okay.
No, I was. Listen, I think we can all be clear. I'm going to end up with one, Ken. I go through the charades of like, oh, I'm not going to spend. I'm going to buy it.
Jackie, what's up, Jackie? How you doing?
You.
Jackie must do something. She joins about 20 minutes late every week. So she must be doing something until like 7.
Or she can't handle you for an hour.
That's
She's
very
like,
possible.
45 minutes is the best I can do.
That's very possible. Will there ever be a cartable way from Carnes to Nexton shops?
Wow. All right. Listen, I will tell you this, but this has to stay just between us. You can't tell anybody. Almost. You break the law for about 80 yards, and you can get out through Hewing Farms. And when you turn out of Hewing Farms, or out of, no, not Hewing Farm. Well, you go through Hewing Farms to the other neighborhood, the other Mungo neighborhood.
Yeah, I can't.
And you make a right. And from there to the red light at the CVS, you're breaking the law because it's a 40-mile-an-hour zone, and you're only allowed to ride the carts up to 35 miles an hour. Once you cross that red light across Main Street, you're 35 miles an hour all the way around through Sangree back into Nexton. So that's how I do it when I take my cart from here to the office. But if Mark is the one that told you that, if you end up getting in trouble.
TV is the Villages. Okay, got it. You aren't Vanna. Oh, because of my finger pointing.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Sound doctrine. Okay. Yeah, that was from the church. Ask. She just wants a church with sound doctrine.
Got it.
Yeah, we can help you with that. Not a problem. Jack, couldn't any churches with strong veterans group?
I don't have an answer for that.
No,
I don't.
I haven't heard of a veterans group specifically in any of the churches around here.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean there's not in there, but
yeah.
Trace says, yes, tell them that. In fact, take Mike with you. See, I had the same idea.
Let's roll. Me and Mike will just be there checking out chairs all afternoon. I'll go missing. You'll come in the Lazy Boy looking for me, and like Mike and I will be all passed out in a chair watching a game or something.
See what you did here? 15 of the last 33 minutes have been about your chair.
Mark Klim, this is important stuff. This is important to me.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, I thought about a massage chair. I did. I thought I sat in one of those at the mall where you put the dollar in.
Yeah.
And it was all rubbing my back. It was all nice and grabbing my butt and my legs, and it was pretty good. I can't do the massage chair because that'll just cause fights in my house.
Well, you can just bring it to the office then.
Well, that'll still cause fights at the office then. Because Andrea, the girls are going to be wanting my massage chair.
Had hernia surgery in August of 2024, which I had a power Lazy Boy recliner at that time.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I'll probably have one.
All right, Carrie says, strong doctrine, lively worship, can't do a quiet church. Spirit-filled preaching, we're a little old school.
We got you covered.
There's a lot of church, like your church is, I feel like, is that way.
Yeah.
Our church is that way probably a little bit.
I was actually talking to somebody today, one of our clients, about they were going on church shopping in the area, which I highly encourage. We did it when we moved here. We went until we found the one that felt right. And I said, so the client's husband is big into music. And I said, Seacoast has pretty good music. And she said, no, it was a little much. It was a little much for them. They were looking for a little more old school in the music.
Okay.
And I get that. The Brandon Lake, if you're into Christian music, Brandon Lake is from Seacoast. He's one of the worship pastors there, worship directors at Seacoast Church. So he's down the Mount Pleasant campus. I'm up in the Summerville campus.
Yeah, did you notice like 2 years ago, Brandon Lake, we went to a concert in your church down in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
And he was in that church. Now he fills a whole stadium.
I know.
In May of next year, he's going to be, what's it called? The over in Daniel Island there.
Yeah. They did the Summer Nights tour last year, and then I forget what this tour is called.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have tickets for it yet. I probably need to get those.
Yeah. Jackie says always doing the mom stuff. That's why she's late.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah. Tracy said, on a serious note, where can I take tennis lessons and play in a tennis league? We have checked with the Y and they have nothing. I'm pretty sure over at Pine Forest, that country club, I don't know if you have to be a member there or not, but they have a big tennis program that my mother-in-law's husband used to be in. So I'm pretty sure they have something there.
I would check Westcott.
Yeah.
And maybe even maybe Crowfield. Check all the country clubs. Westcott, Crowfield, and then what's the one over by Horizons? Do you have to live in that neighborhood, or anybody can go play over there? I think
Legend Oaks.
Legend Oaks.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm surprised the Y didn't have something. I'm sorry,
say it again.
I'm surprised the Y didn't have something.
Yeah, me too.
And did you check with the other Ys? Because not just the one there in Cane Bay. There's the big YMCA in downtown Summerville, and then there's one out at the ponds also.
Yeah. Fran says, I heard there was some flooding in some of the new neighborhoods in Summerville recently. Do you recommend that everyone should buy flood insurance? Jeff,
here's a really big question. Great question. So I'll answer this two different ways. Your realtor, Jeff, says, of course, it's never a bad idea to have flood insurance if you live in the Lowcountry. Most of the homes in the neighborhoods that we sell in are in what's called an X flood zone. That's the good one. That's the one we want. That's the one you don't have to have flood insurance on if you have a mortgage. Now, that being said, I live in Carnes. I do not have flood insurance on my house. Mark lives in Cane Bay. He does not have flood insurance on his house. Out of all the neighborhoods that we sell the most in, Cane Bay, Nexton, Carnes, Del Webb, Horizons, if I lived in any of those, I would not have flood insurance on my personal house, because we've seen the 9 inches, the 25 inches of rain that have come down, and they're not been flooding into any houses. There was just some big videos out a month ago, Mark.
Yeah.
Out in Summers Corner, Horizons, with some deep flooding in the roads. None of it went into houses. I was actually talking to Horizons clients of ours that have been there for about a year now today about this. And it was an issue with the construction. They hadn't dug a trench yet, and they had the gutter buddies, the things blocking the gutters so that construction debris can't go down. As soon as they pulled those and dug the trench, the water immediately went down, but there was no flooding in those neighborhoods. Now, there can be, here's the video. Look how quick Mark is. So this was the video in Horizons in Summers Corner. You know, it was up into the grass, into the driveways, but nothing in the house. And as soon as they took care of the problem, it was gone. There are areas around here that we will tell you, and that's the thing, is we're always going to tell you if we think, if you're looking at a house in a flood zone. There are plenty of neighborhoods over on Dorchester Road side of town that I would have flood insurance on if I lived in that house. But I will tell you which ones those would be if you were looking here.
Yeah. Good question, Fran. He was just saying, get that powered recliner. I think the message cut him off.
Well, the power recliner didn't cause the hernia, did it?
That's how good it is. It was like a roller coaster
with hernias when I was a paramedic. It looked uncomfortable.
Val says Tracy, pickleball has taken over. My husband and I much prefer tennis. Well, there you go. When Val moves here, Tracy,
Yep.
you, Mike, Paul, and Valerie can all go and play tennis and compete against each other.
We can have the Livin Carolina, Charleston area Livin tennis team.
That would be great.
That would be fun.
Fran says, what neighborhood is best for pickleball competition? Oh, this is a good one.
Okay, any of the 55 pluses that have the pickleball, obviously.
And I would, out of those, I would say the top ones are Cresswin, Del Webb, Nexton, Four Seasons, and Cane Bay Del Webb are the four that I can think of that have competition.
Soon to be both Horizons will be that way. And in the non-55 space, I would say any of the proper Nexton neighborhoods and also Carnes, where I am.
Yep.
And Westcott. Westcott's an older neighborhood we don't talk a whole lot about, but I would imagine there's some pickleball going down over at Westcott also.
Yeah, I've never seen pickleball over there, but they probably do have it. You're probably right. All right, another good question. Are there a lot of middle and high school age kids in Carnes wanting to move to Carnes by summer of next year, and son would be entering high school?
Yes. I don't need to elaborate on it any more than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
MGD, are the 55 plus homes predominantly tankless or tank water heaters?
Predominantly tankless. Del Webb and Nexton started out as tanked water heaters. Mama Gregg, my mother, lives in Del Webb. She has a tank. I'm so dumb. I just assumed she had a tankless water heater because all the houses that you and I have sold over there
have tankless.
Have had tankless. And so my handyman that I had come flush my tankless water heater here at Carnes, I said, hey, do me a favor, run over Mama Gregg's house and do hers. And he calls me up, it's like, Jeff, she's got a tanked water. No, she doesn't. He's like, I'm looking right at it, Jeff. I sent this poor guy the whole way over to Del Webb, and she doesn't have a tankless water heater.
Cool. All right, that's all the questions. I'm sure we'll have some more as you guys think of stuff. So keep them coming. We love just answering your questions and comments more than anything that we would ever think we could prepare. So definitely keep those coming.
I have something I wanted to talk about.
Is it your electric bill? Because that's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah. I just got some chapstick on my lip. I've got holiday cookie chapstick tonight. Somebody was asking about power bills here last week and the week before. So I had Andrea Lee G, my beautiful bride, do some homework and pull up. This is our last 14 bills here at my house.
She should charge your phone.
Yes, she did need to charge her phone. Then 28%. Do you know that under Life 360, I get notified when your phone battery gets down to 10% mark?
Yes.
Yeah, I always want to call you and say, plug your phone in, please. What if I need you? So Andrea gave me this. She texted this to me last night. It's like our last 14. I did the math for the last 12 months. There was my highest bill you'll see was $289, and that was maybe it was $281.
Yeah.
$281. My lowest bill was $107. My 12-month average for electricity was $152. And I have a 3,000 square foot 2-level house. I keep my house at 75 degrees in the whole house during the summer. And we keep our bedroom at about 68 degrees, about 10 hours a night. And then in the winter, I keep my house about 70. So that gets you an idea. My average bill over the course of a year was $152, and it's a 3,000 square foot house.
And over 200 is really just September, October.
Well, no, the over 200 was, that's September for August.
Okay.
So June, July, August is where I was over $200. That bill comes in July, August, and September.
And that's the HVAC because it's so hot. It's working harder.
Yep.
So Jackie says we have a tanked water here. Yeah, some of the older ones in Cane Bay. Some of the first homes, not older. Some of the first homes.
Most of the new construction has tankless. There are some starter homes in the area that are doing tanked.
So Vic asks, is that gas and electric? That is just electric. So gas is by a different company called Dominion here in the Bay and Carnes area. And I don't think I've ever seen mine over $60.
Yeah, it's low. The gas is low.
And that's in the winter because we run the heat more because most people's heat is gas on the new construction.
Yeah. I do have a gas stove here at the house, and the water heater is gas.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So I've got some year-to-date stats. Do you want to talk about those?
Let's do it.
All right. So, all right, year-to-date. So Charleston real estate was essentially flat. We were 0.7 in the first couple quarters. Now we're slightly up to 0.8 up as far as transactions, the number of sales. Median price, though, was up 2.4% to $441. But I want you to look at the next line. For single-family homes, median sales price was up 4.9%. So over double on single-family homes compared to the average with including townhomes and condos in there. So,
and that's mostly driven by townhomes, not as many condos.
Right. For that's why it drove it down to 441 from 475.
Yeah. We've had a lot of townhomes being built in this market.
Yeah. But 4.9%, that's almost 5%, right? I mean,
take it.
That's pretty good. And then months of inventory is at 3.1 months. So lately we've been talking a lot about there's some competition between new construction and pre-owned, and that's making it a little bit more of a buyer's market. But this months of inventory tells us it's still a seller's market too. So I think it's certain areas because this is an overall area. Certain areas are in that 3.1. But check out 25 of 32 areas that this report was on had less than 4.5 months of inventory. And that means it would take 4.5 months for all the inventory to sell if no more new houses came on the market. 6 months is usually a balanced market.
Yep.
So we're pretty far below what a balanced market would be, but we're still seeing the deals out there for new construction and that competition.
And that is where most of our people are buying. It is more of a buyer's market, I feel, in Cane Bay, Nexton, Summers Corner, and all of the 55 pluses, with the exception of the new Del Webb and Point Hope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Year-to-date areas, August 2025 was down 10.9% in transactions versus July. So and that has to do with kids going back to school. We see that probably every year.
Yeah.
But year-to-date areas that are up in transaction much more than averages. So these are the areas that were up over 10%. So west of the Ashley, down towards Ravenel, Adams Run, we're seeing a little bit of a new construction spike in that area because there's some affordable land there. So some of the big construction companies are making some little bit more reasonable, affordable homes. So that's why we're kind of seeing the number of transactions up in that area, because Charleston's just starting to spread more. Peninsula, Charleston, outside of the crosstown. So, inside the crosstown is where a lot of the downtown stuff. Outside of the crosstown, we're starting to see more people purchase there as well. So it's getting redeveloped. Hanahan is still big. Hanahan, I think, will always be big. And then the last one we've been talking about for a few months now, people are moving out to the country too. Cross, St. Stephen, Bono, the rural Berkeley County area. That's booming a little bit because the people that were inside Monk's Corner are finding, hey, I've been here for my whole life. I need a little bit more quieter now because it's getting so big. So I feel like we're seeing people move out there and people out of state move into these areas.
Hanahan's interesting. I feel like Hanahan is very Summerville-ish,
Yeah.
but it's probably half the distance from here to Charleston is where Hanahan sits. So it stays strong because it gets you the nice neighborhood with the pools and the stuff and the shops, but it's half the distance to Charleston. So if you work down in Charleston, in Mount Pleasant, you're a much shorter commute from Hanahan.
Yep. Fran says, what are the HOA fees for the 55 plus Horizons neighborhood? And what will the total HOA fee be when the new amenity center is built out? Now there's two of them. I'm going to assume that she's talking about Carnes though.
I would think so. I don't remember.
I might have that. Let me look.
I feel like it's when it's all built out, it'll be $359 a month.
I think it's $399 with everything.
Okay, because that was going to be plus the Carnes number.
Right.
Yeah, I think the end of the day is it's around $400 a month for everything.
Yeah. I don't have it on hand.
And you've got the two big amenity centers at that point. You'll have the one behind the gates at Horizons, and then you'll have the one in Carnes with the agri-hood, the lake house, the big resort-style pool, water slide, playgrounds, dog parks, all that stuff, plus another pool, more of a lap pool, and that kind of thing that I have access to living in Carnes but not in Horizons.
Yeah. Fran, if you email me, I can get you the specifics. Just email it to info@charlestonarealiving.com. And that way I know where to respond to. And I can get you all of that and get you a whole packet about that neighborhood for sure. All right. LMB, best months to get incentives from builders to buy.
Oh, fantastic question. Right now for the next 4 months or so.
Through February, wouldn't you say?
I would say through February. And here's why. The builders are going to build what they build. They're going to build, if a certain neighborhood is going to build 10 houses a month, they're going to build 10 houses a month all year round. But obviously the buyer pool slows down through the fall and winter months. So their houses sit longer before they go under contract. And so that's when they start giving more incentives and start discounting the prices of the house. So the best time to buy new construction in Summerville is from now until like February.
Yeah. Good. MGD, are the number of schools keeping pace with the population boom? I feel like they're catching up.
Yeah.
Like they were behind. And now in Berkeley County alone, we've got 2 new schools coming, one in Nexon, one in the back of Cane Bay that are coming. So are we there yet? No, because we still have wait lists in Cane Bay. Mm-hmm. But next year, the 2026, 2027 school year, we're going to have 2 schools opening at the same time.
Nexton Elementary opened recently. The school here in Carnes opened last year. If you would have asked this question 5 years ago, it would have been a resounding no. But I feel like they're catching up, and within a couple years, they will be caught up.
Yeah. So here is one of the new schools in Nexton that is going to be a middle school, I believe. So that will be done for next year. And then there's one in the back of Cane Bay as well.
And the good news is because that school's coming, that school is going to necessitate a light, which was needed before the school, to be put in there at Midtown. So,
and we heard that's end of this year, right? Like that's not even going to be next year. It's going to be
right. We heard the light will be here before the end of the year.
Yeah. Do you have any idea when they are going to start building of the higher end retail stores in Cane Bay? So I know they're clearing out that whole section on the other side of 176. And I would imagine once they're done clearing, they'll start building some stuff over there. So I don't know the exact date, but I would say within the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's going to be higher end either.
It may not be as high as like a Target.
Right. And then they got the Walmart coming down the street as well, which they haven't even started clearing yet. Do you know if Cane Bay High School has a waiting list? As of this moment, I think only the middle school and the elementary have the wait lists. I don't think the high school has a wait list at all.
Well, Mark, isn't it somewhat neighborhood driven? Or is it a wait list scenario?
No, there is a wait list still. Even if you're assigned to Cane Bay Elementary, let's say, if you just moved there, you're at the back of the list. And last I heard, there was like 30 to 50 people that had to be bused over to Westview in order to go to school because Cane Bay didn't have enough seats.
Okay. But with next year, the school on Black Tom and the Nexton school, now with the new Carn school, I'm guessing that not the year we're in, but next year, Cane Bay is going to be looking a lot better for its population of access to the school.
I think that'll depend on who draws the lines, because all the lines will have to be redrawn, and this will it still, that's the goal, of course, right? But will they draw them correctly so that there is no wait list?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Here's real life experience. When we first moved, we were on the wait list and we were at the front of Cane Bay, but Liam got in. So, Jackie, how long were you on the wait list? Like, did he have to go to Westview at all, or he just automatically got in? I feel like, if I remember right, he got right in before the school year started.
Maybe Mark Klim made a call. Mark knows people.
I'm no Jeff Gregg. Let's just say that. 2 months, never went to Westview. So they moved here over the summer. By the time school started, he was in.
Good.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Peggy Giho, we just saw you yesterday. Great seeing you guys. Summerville Crossing. Peg and Pat. Hey, if you guys walk the dogs over there by the woods, be on the lookout for our drone, please. Regarding the Del Webb experience, is Del Webb the larger of the 55 plus communities? Yes. That's going to be the largest. Del Webb Nexton, because it'll have 1,400 to 1,500 homes. So,
Carn or Summers Corner Horizons will be competing with it.
Yeah.
On size when it's built out.
Yeah.
As of right now, Nexton, Del Webb's the big boy that's doing new construction.
LMB said, awesome. Okay, great. Very good. Very good. Any other final questions? We've already hit an hour, Jeff, and
wow,
we've got like a minute and a half left. So we're still getting a lot of people coming in town. If you want to come in town and you want to chat before you come in town, let us know. At the end of this video, there'll be a QR code there. You can scan that, book a Zoom call with us so we can figure out, and plan out your trip. Usually we like 2 or 3 days with people. You might want to book it for 4 days. That way you have at least 1 day to be a tourist and go downtown Charleston and experience everything that Summerville has to offer as well.
And if you need a house in a 55 plus immediately, we've got one really nice one in Del Webb Nexton right now, and one really nice one over in Four Seasons. The Del Webb Nexton one was one of the old model homes, and it's got an upstairs to it. And then the one over in Four Seasons is just absolutely gorgeous inside also. They're two totally move-in ready homes.
Yeah. We got a couple more questions that popped in, so I'm going to throw those up. Do you think in Cane Bay they'll ever widen the walking paths or make walking-only trails? I do not.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I wish they wouldn't have like the little line for people, to have their own little walking. because I could see even on my bike sometimes the golf carts are whipping around the corners sometimes. But MGD, love these chats. Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate you joining and inviting us into your living room and on your phones and all of that. I just wish Carnes made that amazing resort pool deeper than 3.5 feet.
You and me both. That is a common complaint about the Carnes pool. Absolutely.
Yeah. We look forward to our Tuesday night chats. Oh, thanks. We appreciate it too. We love doing this. If people are coming in town, Jeff, there's a couple cool things that are coming up that I'm just going to share real quick.
Right.
So Sweet Tea Festival is this weekend. So if you're in town, September 20th. So what is that, Saturday? Yeah. Saturday is the Sweet Tea Festival from 2 to 7. It's always a fun
That's good to know. I got to get out to Cottageville on Saturday for a meeting. I do not want to go through downtown to get there.
Yeah, well, it's at 2, so you're I think you're going in the morning.
I am, yeah.
You're probably safe, but maybe on your way home you might have an issue. And then the Riverfront Revival is coming up. Darius Rucker does that. So it's Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th. This is a good weekend. We're going to be up in Myrtle this weekend. So we'll miss both of these events.
Is that the Grim weekend?
That's the Grim weekend, yep.
All right.
So there's that event going on that weekend. And then the Italian Feast. I'm kind of sad that we're missing this one. But Sunday, October 12th, from 11 to 6 in Hutchinson Square in downtown Summerville is the Italian Feast. Lots of good food. I love that they have a meatball run.
What Italian Fest wouldn't have a meatball
run? So that's coming up as well. The meatball run is the Saturday before.
The Italian Fest is what that's the I'm not the best cook in the world, but I do a good stromboli.
Yeah.
I was taught how to make stromboli by an old fat Italian guy. And you got to trust the old fat Italian guys when it comes to making the good stromboli. I can make good stromboli.
I wouldn't know.
As I started talking about that, I kind of wished I hadn't started because I knew that was coming.
How many years have we known each other? But I wouldn't know.
Mark. We're running out of time here.
Yeah, okay. And that's it for tonight. If you want to know more, we would love to chat again on Zoom. Just scan that QR code or down in the description. You can click that link, and we would love to chat. Any final words, Mr. Gregg?
No, I'm going to go sit in my broken chair and watch a show with Andrea. We bought into the new, not the new, but you know what that Angel Network is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we finally subscribed to the Angel Network, and we watched the movie Homestead. And then there's 2 episodes of Homestead that have been released, and there's like 6 more coming later this year. We've watched the movie and the first episode. We're going to go watch the last episode that's out tonight in my broken chair.
Listen, don't be up late tonight. You got work to do tomorrow. Okay. So
listen, it's 8:00 now. I'll be done by 9:15. There's no scenario that I'm still awake at 9:30.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'll be in the morning. I promise.
We need you in the game, buddy.
I'm in the game.
All
Put me in, coach.
Till next time, everybody. Have a great night.
See y'all.